Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Alright people, welcome back to the Coach's Desk. Thanks very much for tuning in. Yes, my people, we appreciate you being here. And we are just going to go quickly into reviewing the game that was held last evening. Indeed, it was a... Trust me, you see that game, people? That game was really one that was very, very difficult for me to watch. You understand? But thanks very much for tuning in. Really appreciate you being here. Big up to all the viewers and subscribers. Please remember to like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that you can become a part of the Coach's Desk family. Yes, Simone, big up herself. Simone Bogle said that she loved the partnership with you and military. Yeah, man. And Mannings, man, as well. So people must work together. Yeah, man. Lennox Ayuga, well, long ball is play style, but they really bad at it. Big up yourself, Fresh. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. The long ball thing, I mean, I tell you, say it don't work. Fresh guy, talk to me and tell me, oh, the stream look. Talk to me, Fresh, and tell me, oh, the stream look. Are we getting any glitches like the other day? Yeah, man, quick and fast. Talk to me. Fresh is the man. Fresh is the capo. Yeah, man, Fresh is the capo. So, we're listening to what the capo has to say about going back to the virtual background. You understand? So, yeah, my people, much respect, massive respect to all the viewers and subscribers who are tuned in tonight or this evening. Won't be a long show, people, just here to give my little few cents on what took place yesterday, last evening in the game. I mean, Lee Young, big up yourself. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Blake. Oh, Blake, man. Blake, you again, man. I thought I would never have to hear this conversation from Blake again. But, I mean, it's because we played woefully. Then we have to just take our beating from Blake. Blake, big up yourself. Fresh got in the building. Big up yourself, Capo. It looked good, but may I hear you? Alright, so may I hear you? Alright, big up yourself. 2023 and Reggae losers are still awful. Oh boy, behave yourself, no man. Not go so hard, Powie. Lee Young too close up in the camera. Really? Oh that no, Lee Young. Alright, big up yourself. Joan Spence, big up yourself. Love the partnership with you and Mannings, man, and also military. Yeah, man. It was a combined effort so that the people in the diaspora could put their eyes on the game. And even though the production may not be one of the best out there, we are happy that we were able to, get the game to you people. Get the games because it was over the two friendlies. You know what I mean? So big up on yourself. Thanks very much Joan Spence, bless up yourself. Who gave Blake a wrench? Blake a wrench man long time fresh. Yeah man, Blake a wrench man long time man. Joan Spence, yeah man. Rob Smith, big up yourself, Rob Smith. Big up coach, glad to see you finally change your shirt. Which shirt? Sure, no star. You mean the Adidas shirt? No, so I'm not switch man. See Adidas stuff on the don't get it twisted, Rob Smith. Still have the Adidas man. No make it look some man. Take in the Adidas the man. Hey, we have color, we have button up, everything. Adidas. You understand? Alright. Fun or why not? Coach there, don't you think Trinidad forced us long because we couldn't break them down? And don't you think a team as new as the kids would have issues breaking down 11 men behind the ball? Very good question, Fun or why not? I think the Trinidad team, if you were listening to the commentary, I made mention of it throughout the commentary, that this Trinidad team was very disciplined and they sit in a low block. And of course, what would have caused, if you look at the other part of the title of the story, team lack creativity. So that creativity was not able to come to the fore so that they can break down this Trinidad team. I see they try to get the wide players involved, try to isolate the players, try to open up spaces, but the Trinidad team, them just never did a budge, to be honest. So fun or why not? Of course the players there could do it, but I mean, first time this team getting together, second game they've been playing, so you didn't expect anything miraculous from them. I think this game they played in spurt. It wasn't the type of game that you see the fluent and fluid football passes here and there. It amazed me though, this long ball thing though, and the coach made mention of it. You know what I mean? He wasn't pleased with the long ball. Yeah. So when the previous coaches were there and they said that possibly the midfielders weren't coming for the ball, but I saw in instances where the midfield came for the ball and they were bypassed by the defenders. So the defenders really, and I've been saying this for some time now, that is it a case where the players don't trust the midfield players? When Ravel came on the field, you see a little bit of difference, passes here and there. However, not all those passes were connecting, especially in terms of the mid-third. Most of these passes were lateral, back pass, or then when it's not open up, they go over the top. You understand? Audio sound away. Channel sir, come like every time I take up that YouTube live, something a problem. I gotta stop. It a break up again. That means well, me fix the laptop, you know, but that means it probably still no good enough. Let me listen to the audio. Alright, man, a break up. Big up yourself, Gregory Reed. Thanks for tuning in. Jamaican fans humbled and destroyed by Trinidad. Destroyed? Nah, I wouldn't say destroyed. I wouldn't say destroyed. Probably humbled. Alright, Lee Young said better. Alright, Tyrone Williams in the house, coach. What that mean? Alright, Sherman Scott, big up yourself. Toki, big up yourself. Coach, me want all camera must be able to. Coach, me want all camera must be able to on. Me not understand that, Sherman. Puma all the way. Yeah, man, Puma when we are the track vlog, the videos them, man. Talking about the jersey, man, I beat the Jamaica jersey from Jamaica Day at. You go on in a Ram Smith. Nana put one in the net last night. Yeah. Did you ever look like he wasn't interested in the game yesterday again? No. He came on and put a little life in the game. Cataract, big up yourself. I think we could have drawn some foul in the midfield and push the Trini team deeper into their halves. Also, we should have made use of free kicks. Yeah, we weren't so special where the dead ball situation, whether it is a corner or a foul, we weren't so good on it at all. I don't know if the players were tired or, I don't know, beat. But trust me, the game was off yesterday. Off. Big up yourself, RR. J-Am, big up. You know, break up. It just sound mechanical. Alright. Out, I'm alive. Defenders, we have something that's embedded in us from you. That's true, you know? Alright. Mr. United, big up yourself, man. The defenders were under absolutely no pressure. Exactly, Blake. Alright, Jones Spence, thanks for that. Would you say humbled? Yes, Blake, humbled. Any of them Trini ballers get signed by Chaperton Maroon? No, me don't know, you know. Not sure. For about 5 minutes, coach, and then he went missing. Talking about jersey, the Arsenal warm-up jersey is what most patrons were wearing Tuesday. Really? I wouldn't know. I don't see none of the people in the stands. Your guests must turn on their cameras tonight, please. Oh, yes, Sherman. Yes, Sherman. Whoever say Dexter is a right back is a lie. Man is definitely more comfortable on the left. Obito, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Who was the number 8 for Jamaica? The number 8 was Demario Phillips. Demario Phillips was the number 8. One team, Obito. Coach, Reggae Boyz have some work to do. Yes, we have some work to do now, but look at it, John. This is not the... These are basically so-called fringe players that they basically want to look at to see if they could make the team. Remember, Mexico game is coming up the 28th, you know. So when that Mexico game come up, we want to see if there is any addition or any players that they can add to the squad. The squad will be dropping sometime next week, I believe. You understand? So, Pimp the 478, I think TNT should be encouraged by the performance. Jamaica has far superior individual players. I think our Trini players followed the effective plan of the coach to T. Yeah, I mean, they weren't in any hurry. They were relaxed. They were moving the ball. They were composed on the ball, comfortable on the ball. So yeah, Trinidad was playing basic football. Even when they from the transition from defense to attack for them, no sense of urgency. So that shows that they were comfortable in playing a low block to a mid block game. So there and then, I mean, they had nothing to lose either. You understand? Actually, big up. Our free kicks and corners were like shot puts. Man, them see the track and get. Alright, big up yourself, Jason. aka Shua. There was nothing in the middle. But we need more games, and these games should give the coach a good look on who will make the cut. Yeah, man. That's the reason for that. These two games versus that Trinidad team, and a stout Trinidad team in defense. So this is a very good. These two games very good for the coach. They could not have been tired because the corners were going for throws. You can't tire and kick with the ball to Butters. Robson, angling is not a bad player now. Best CDM I see in the JPL. Yeah, but I mean there wasn't any creativity from him, Rob Smith. All the balls that he played lateral to back pass. He can be worked on, to be honest. He can be worked on. But to me, even Omari Hutchinson was like out of the game. A lot of unforced error from Omari. Boy, may I tell you. Eagle Republic, big up yourself. Whisker is definitely a gem for the future. Yeah, man. The sad part is when the long ball work, we miscontrol the ball or miss the goal. True. My God, he was an headache. Who is that, Obito? Demario Phillips? Fresh God, he looked better in Mobe. Rob Smith, two better CDM are there, but age is against them. Which two CDM that Fresh God? Trinidad them set up Rotistan on their side of the field. I think the players didn't really complement each other, to be fair enough. Yeah, the players that were brought in, TNT played a counter-attacking game. We were also away from home. Less quality players and jam players were playing club football. We were underdogs and under no pressure. Pimp, yeah, Trini. Pimp, call in and give us a synopsis. There's the number, Pimp. 876-474-3538. What's up? I can tell you who shouldn't make the team. No locals. I'm sorry. Alright. Trust me, they weren't so good at all, to be honest. I was home cussing about the long balls, and when me see some of them come off and we were never able to take chances, it made me even more upset. Jesse, even defensively, he didn't look as good on the left as the right. Angling in the CDM though, coach. His job is protect the back line, collect it, the midfielder next to him to create. You know, to be honest, me no see that. Me never see that though, unless me get a moment of amnesia. My pride, this lackluster. Of course, it was a lackluster. That's the word, Neo. Was a disgrace. It's hard to say it was merely for God players. Absolutely. You want to see, even though the fringe players are playing, you want them to be playing well. So, I hear in the sound is of true, you know. Oh, that a go answer. I heard it for real. Yeah, you want to ensure that these fringe players, you know, live up. And you see, this is something critical now, you know, because if the fringe players don't understand the system of the coach, whenever they are to get into the team because of whatever reason, then it is going to pose problems for the team. So I'm really worried about that. I am worried. Because if the fringe players can't stand in the gap for the A team, then we in problems. We had 3 teams yesterday. One whisper team of oneself. Oh, I read that today, Eagle Republic. Balakar, big up yourself. Andrew Vanzi and Fabian McCarthy. Okay. I grant you talk on Akka. But let me ask the question. I really think Jason Haka and Grant should be given a chance going forward to play in the Mexico game? Share that down in the comment section, people. Because Joshua Anglin wasn't an enforcer. So do we draw back for Grant? What y'all think about that? And Akka. Yeah, Dexter look better defending on the left. Alright, Neo is saying, boy, me disgrace. The fact that game was to look at players, is cold comfort to me. Wow, Neo. Can see say you hurt, Neo. Triple E, big up yourself. He did, yes. The other thing is the people playing ahead of him. He needed help in the defending, right? No, so I talk about JPL, see them not retired ones. Malik, big up yourself, Malik Mills. Jamaica team look like coach's desk during Sunday ball before dinner time. That means me there many levels above you, Malik. Nah, beat them too bad. Some young nervous youth on the field. Sure. But the game was lackluster for real doing a Rob Smith. Coach, Saturday is Clarendon Major League Football competition. Send a video, man, please, coach. Really? Saturday. Internet. Is it just the sound fresh or the audio? The video as well. Welcome to the show. You're live.
This is the candidate.
The who?
You know, if you call the name Grand 3 times, that will pop up. What's Minzy? The coach is best family. Oh boy. Yes. For entertainment purposes to the league job. So, first of all, look, I don't think that we have a serious problem in the middle of the park, right? I am one who's firm that he cannot play in the club. Yeah, brother.
Oh, your line so.
Oh, the line sound.
Una hear cataract clearly?
That car is straight.
Hold on, let me hear the people, them I say. Hold on, may I check? No, I just. Oh, I just the sound alone. Okay. I Jason people, Jason. Yeah, cataract, look like your mic thing not sound so good at all.
My mic? I call you straight on the phone.
So if phone on a mic, cataract?
I put it on the speaker.
Your phone on a mic.
Let me take it off the speaker. You don't have a silent phone. You hear me better now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, it sound like a better, man.
Okay, I took it off the speaker. No, man, I just said, coach, that we have a midfield problem. That is absolutely clear. We have stepped away from Anthony Grant.
You can't come
Yeah.
up on sitting there.
For WhatsApp?
Yeah.
I'm just bad minding Balaka because I'm expecting him to call. Alright, I'll call you on WhatsApp.
Awful, man.
I'll call you on WhatsApp. I'll drop a link, coach.
I'll drop a link and you come on. Because
Yeah, man.
it's, yeah, man, it's full of static. I don't like how that sound at all. Balakar, big up yourself.
Where the fuck no, coach?
What me dep on a big bad cheer, you know.
Boy, that man is my coming to a very, very poor man. Yeah, you hear me?
Boy, oh, everybody line sound so bad tonight. I am my line.
Your line, you big man.
Hang up. Me shout about. Check. Remember I said my phone not so bossy, you know. Check. Alright, on my end it clear, you know. Alright, I'm gonna call back Balakar them. Let me see if I fit them phone. Cause una hear me clear, don't? No man, me turn down the whole of them, man. My order level up on 1. The phone level, the sound where the phone a come through the system, it up on 7. So I could have hear a while ago. Kataraki people, them say you have to turn on your camera is if you kick you off of the stream. Balakar.
You say, all phone now?
Yeah man, it sound better man. Like you go fix your phone man.
Nah, man, I hear phone, man. You hear me, I say, man. They said, yeah, man, is man coming to the poor. But we have a respect enough to we see the match, you know. Every minute the ball go up to Jamaica, man is man of fight, they like poor, like him as a different game. You see me, but coach, me not tell you no lie, a game, what, me can't say nobody play good. Believe me to God. It was a very, very poor game. We get 2 more goals where we should have scored. Phillips get that goal, you know. Get the goal. You see me? Colin Anderson, they run away from the ball when you feel they run to the ball.
Yeah, awareness.
Whole heap of work. Yeah, whole heap of work for me to go on. Out of the 2 games where we play, a 1 shot on target, and I whisper keep the keeper pitch out the ball. I said that poor. You see me? Because no defensive midfield, and this coach cannot use Robert Morris for no defense because Robert can't attend on ball. You understand? So we have to go find a rock solid CDM, and then we use Daniel Johnson and Robert Morris. So Robert Morris was the attacking midfielder, and we use Daniel Johnson as a box-to-box midfielder. You understand?
But
I have the next defender.
But Jesus said Aka and
Coach, you can come.
Anthony Grant.
We are talking about football and on you know, some retirement thing and all. Coach, ball out there we can get to place. Ball out there.
So name one no? One night I ask Cataract for name one and he no name none.
Louis Baker, Louis Baker not interested, right?
Not as far as we know, we not think so.
Alright. Kevin Stewart never play for Jamaica. He injured again?
No.
Kevin Stewart has been injured ever since the day he played for Jamaica. Has been out for the last year and a half.
Cataract, we are not going to call back Grant.
I don't know.
This only thing we saw. Well, I don't talk about before we power off and show now. The only problem we have, sorry, so Jamaica never called him earlier. But he's gone live with.
Listen, I am saying to you, you have a problem, solve it.
No, we have no problem.
So we don't have
We don't have no problem.
We don't have a CDM problem. We have tried 11 CDM since Anthony. 11. Hold on now. So I'm going to ask if we don't have a problem. We can keep trying. Coach Minzy, the CDMs that are available to Jamaica, it is the one position that we have a serious deficit in. I'm gonna go around the corner and tell you. You have 5. You have something wrong with this telephone person, coach. You have 5 teenage CDMs, right? Brandon Cover at Leicester, Kira Anderson at Charlton Athletic, Caden Rodney, whose head is in the clouds, but he's at Crystal Palace. Dante Casanova at Tottenham Hotspur, and Delano Splat at Fulham. Right? Those are the 5 I know about.
Fresh God is challenging you that we have not used 11 CDMs. Or
Okay.
7.
You ready? Okay, so I'll take the challenge in a bit. Because Fresh God just, I don't know. I'll answer you fresh, with due respect. 5. Coach, the next level up from that would be those who are about 22, 21, 22, 23 years old. The only ones I know, their careers are in free fall, either due to injury. So there was Tashan Okiboot, who won the Under-17 World Cup with England. He broke his back, signed to Stoke, and he has been loaned out now to Lincoln. Right? Played about 14 games, varying minutes. There is Elijah Dixon Bonner, who was at Liverpool, who also suffered a horrific back injury, among other injuries, and Liverpool terminated his contract. In this January window, he signed to Queen's Park Rangers, but he hasn't gotten a competitive game yet. Right? He was the backup.
X beside that name.
Oh, so he was the backup for the under-17s. So the 2 under-17s are available, right? And eligible. Then that leaves you pretty much with Raheem Harper, who was at West Bromwich Albion, who, when West Brom was last in the Premier League, played a couple of games to the back end of the season as the CDM. He has free fallen now, gone all the way down to League One, which is not a problem because Anthony Grant was in League One, but his career is backpedaling for a 22-year-old. Right? He's at Ipswich.
Another X.
He's at Ipswich, and then he's been sent on loan to Exeter within the League One. Right? So there are serious question marks about that level of CDM. Jump another level now, and you've gone to like the Jordan Cousins, who really not getting a game at Wigan. Corey Smith, who is in League One, former championship player at Swansea. He's gone down to League One on loan. He's the one. He has played 30 games this season. Well, Corey Smith's not that combative. He's not that combative of a midfielder, but he's still a central midfielder, right? We don't have nobody. You're really picking at straws. You're really clutching at straws, which only leaves Isaac Hayden, who is injured again and undergoing surgery. And I believe if we don't get Isaac Hayden, we're really in trouble. We're really in trouble. Because Lewis Baker is actually a box-to-box midfielder, although he will put in some tackling, but he's really a box-to-box midfielder. If we don't get Isaac Hayden, we're in trouble in that position because I don't see them around the world. There's none in the MLS. right? So unless you're going to entrust that role to a teenager, and that role, remember, you are directing big men about what to do. Maybe Kira Anderson got tell Ravel for go up some more and think Ravel might box him. I don't know. I don't know that they have the stature to take up that position in a senior national team. So it really is a serious question mark. Do you have any answers, or coach, if you speak back to the coach or anything, to ask why Dante Casanova didn't come on the field even for 5 minutes or so to make his international debut?
Well, I guess in another press conference, if we get the opportunity, we can ask the question.
Yeah, man, that would be. I guess when they're naming the squad.
Please, but Cataract, Fresh God want to name the 11.
Oh, the 11.
Oh,
okay, lovely. Here we go. And they help me out here. Alwyn Harvey, Fabian McCarthy.
No, Cataract. Hold on.
Hold on.
Yes, hold on. Let me tell you why.
In the Cameroon game.
You said since Anthony Grant.
Yes, sir. That's since January 2022.
All right, go ahead.
Right. You throw me off. Fabian McCarthy, who didn't do too badly in Catalonia. Jordan Cousins, Kevin Stewart, Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison, Delano Splatt, Joshua Anglin, Kevin Lambert, Maurice 10, and who is there was another guy who was really atrocious in the Cameroon game. Who was that player? I can't remember his name right now. So that's 11, that's 10, and there's one player that is slipping me from the Cameroon game.
But DJ and Ravel, they are not CDMs.
They have been used in the position.
Yeah, but you can't say CDMs. I not like a persons who.
If we have used 11 players to play.
No, you're differentiating the statement from the first one you made.
So if you ask me that, I will make the correction. If I was ambiguous, I will clarify my statement.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we had in the parliament yesterday. I'll withdraw and I'll clarify and say that 11 players, I'm trying to find a name. There was one really bad. He's from Waterhouse, I think. A really bad CDM that went to the Cameroon game. Please, coach, help me out. I just want to remember that youngster's name. But one of those players that should never be near the squad.
I don't know.
Tried 10. No, man, from Waterhouse, man, slow and play like Howell, yes. So we have tried 11 players in the position, and we have not had joy with any. Fabian McCarthy is probably the one who I would think did the best job there. But he hasn't seemed to be given a look back in. He was actually probably the best player against Catalonia. Against Cameroon in the Cameroon match or the Catalonia match, whichever match he played in, and he's just never been given a call back. I think it's the Catalonia game. He was the pick of the bunch, and he played in Qatar, right? Romain Howell, that's the name of the youngster. Ramon Howell, yes. Whose name is best forgotten along with his performance. But it's a serious problem. You think I would even want to say call back, and God, I don't, because I don't. Listen.
But Qatar, even if you say it, it don't make no sense.
Hold on. Let me finish. He can't go to the Gold Cup, right? For reasons which we know. So he's not a solution. The only thing that I would have recommended him for is the game in Mexico, because I think that he could do the job there if asked to do, and that's it.
But Qatar, is he playing any competitive football right now?
No, he's training with Dagenham and Redbridge.
Thank you. Full stop. Let me ask you a question then.
Okay.
Cataract, I just want a yes or no. I don't want to soliloquy.
He's training with Dagenham.
Cataract, just tell me that already. Let me follow up, no man.
Okay, sure.
So, when he's going to go up against a Mexico team that has very good players, young players, slick players, and he has not been playing any football, how will he be able to cope? And it is high altitude, remember that.
Well, God in heaven knows. But I don't know how anybody else are going to cope. That's the thing. I'm saying to you, it's not something that's taking pleasure. And it's not like when we used to beat down the door about in Grand. Yes, in Grand we trust, but I am worried because it could turn out to be an embarrassment and a blot on his record, right? But the truth of the matter is, Adrian Mariap is a free agent. He doesn't have a club, and Ravel hasn't really played any football and will not play any football at least until the end of the season.
Yeah, but Ravel didn't look. Mops didn't. Those players, did they impress you?
No, they didn't.
Because, so we can't. So they see him. So they see him scenario now. Cataract high tempo game. Upper Mexico. They have Anthony Grant, man.
No, but you're arguing like we are disagreeing.
No, we're not arguing. We are bring forward points. I remember me a cross question, you know.
Yes, Council. And I'm saying to you, it's not with any pleasure that I would even raise the specter of calling up a 35-year-old who is simply training with the team, the National League team in his neighborhood. Right? It's not with pleasure. Because I still stand that if you're unattached, you need to be unattached from the team. But we are in a crisis at CDM. Nobody is stepping up. Nobody. An 18 or a 15-year-old, I don't know how old they say the youth is, was running rings around the damn place. He was the person pulling the strings in the midfield between Trinidad over the two games. And that
but I guess that we need to trust our 18-year-old then. We need to trust our 18-year-old and not go back for or trust the 18-year-old or go for experience.
Yeah, you see that's the thing.
Qatar, you see the problem now? Hold on. You see the problem?
There's a problem, bad man.
Because look here now. If I go for Grant for one game, just to go to Mexico, how will that benefit the team when we are looking on the long haul? In terms of the overall of the team, recalibrate the team, get some young players. And that we are talking about, you know, Cataract. So give Anthony Grant a one game in Mexico, fine. How is that going to help the new thrust going forward? I want to understand that.
The only thing I could say is that I would then retain him here and have him have continuous camps with about 4 CDMs. And
who will sustain that camp?
The Jamaica Football Federation.
Because Cataract, hold on. If we are going to use the local players, a lot of us are saying that these players are not ready, and you can't teach old dog new tricks.
Yeah, but some of them are not.
So if you get the local youth them from England, it can't go work.
Hold on, I'm saying to you, I said to you, the best that we had was Fabian McCarthy that I saw, and I remember something on a license. You have Joshua and Angling. Who else? No, brother. It worries me. It worries me. It worries me because that would just be a stopgap so that we qualify for Nations League. But Kevin Lambert was in the team with the coach, trained for the Argentina game, and all when the game over and done, the coach didn't trust him in either game, and he looked poor against Cameroon. So I don't know, coach. It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum.
Boy, I mean, it's rough. But people, listen. A lot of people talking about the 4-4-2 formation. The coach debunked that entire
myth
argument or myth of him playing a 4-4-2. Listen to what the coach said. The coach said when he was asked about the 4-4-2, if there's going to be any adjustment to it, he said, of course. He was asked if it was his preferred position. He said, preferred formation. He said, I don't have any preferred formation. Why? No. When a coach goes into a new environment, he said that the basic formation to teach is the 4-4-2. It's easy for people to understand it. You understand? Easy for people to, and it's easy for players to get to adapt to that system. Now, when that happens, it is also easy to infuse other branches of formation. And it's not also only about the formation. You see, the player, me always I said this for years, me I said this now in the cataract. If players are not playing their role in the position that they are playing in, then there lies the many problems that we're going to have.
Coach, I'm lie here too, coach. Right, and we are all so about reasoning today. Because if you know there's no hype in my team, because now we don't have to go out with my little self and thing. But a serious problem, and I don't hear anybody offering a solution. I am saying if we have a serious problem, all right, granted by him also over Portland, right? So in
I tell we man in business.
So, hold on, man. Also hold on now. So therefore, you have to put him up in a hotel in a town. More than say, all right, take care of transportation then. Right? But something have happened. Somebody has to impart onto these youngsters. Maybe two of them even. So even when you have the Thursday to Friday thing or whatever go on, the Malachi Douglas is the other player I'd bring to. But somebody have to learn this thing because they just not.
Qatar, this sound like a retirement plan, you know. Because if Anthony Grant is at a club now, why would he want to leave that club to come to Jamaica to give up that, to come to Jamaica to do some sort of coach? Does he have any coaching license? You have to take that into consideration, because if he doesn't, then listen me now, brother.
Go ahead.
If he doesn't have any coaching license, you know, so that is going to be a pushback from the federation. You understand? If he's not a part of the team,
me not have no solution then. Because the thing, coach, when I deal with the thing, like we have to try to think outside of the box.
No, and that's why we are reason. All right, you think, and me come up with the questions them to see if it really workable. Because we can't just shoot suggestions. We still have to try the suggestion. You put gold in a fire. You understand? So it come out as pure gold. So we have to come with the suggestion, but you still have to go under scrutiny. Because I am not sure. You probably know Anthony Grant more than I do to know if he's gonna leave England, being a part of a club, to come to Jamaica to give consultancy to CDMs.
It's really a mentorship for a consultant, because he's not coaching. He doesn't have his coaching life, because he wasn't expected to end his playing career.
Right, that's why I say consultancy.
Right? Yeah. The real question is, so no, he can't sign to the club because that would make him not a free agent. He can't play competitively for the club because that would make him not a free agent. Right? And therefore, if something came up, right, because free agent can sign at any time, right? So you want to keep your free agency open. So I don't know, coach. It is a serious issue, serious issue. And I thought at the time it was reckless what was done. We believe in this Kevin Stewart, who Dr. Glass. And I mean, believe you me, coach, he must suffer from some serious depression and them something later, you know. Because film career wreck. Because he's going to come to an end at where he is at Blackpool. And he won't be able to sign for a club because he won't be able to pass a medical. It's not an easy, it's very, CDMs get injured a lot because of the nature of the combative nature of where they play at. Right? So, we have a
So
solution there.
the players that Coach Grimmer would have called, the Delano, the Casanova, and I'm sure that probably others will be coming in. Don't you think given time he'll be able to get them to work in his system?
Okay. I have to hope, but I'm just trying, and I would be joining the hope and pray massive.
No, it's not hope and pray.
CDM is not really a position, you know. You see the CDM position, you mature into that position. So if you look now, Jordan Henderson is still in the England setup despite his ancient age, because it's like wine. The young wine, you can drink it, you know, but it takes an experienced head with a lot of mentorship, a lot of games on their cap to be able to marshal the shape of the team and instruct senior players where to go. Calvin Phillips left Leeds where he had some seniority and he was a Leeds-born player and stuff. And when he's gone to Manchester City, he can't command the same respect in the middle of the park. Then he got injured. But he wasn't commanding the same respect in the middle of the park. I went to talk to Rodri and De Bruyne. Everybody,
But
they're
Qatar,
not listening to you.
you said something very essential in this conversation, you know.
Sure. I hope so.
And I hope that you mean what you say.
Yes, what is it?
Because you indicated that CDM is a position that you grow in.
Yes.
So quite frankly, if we're going to have some youngsters and we're preparing for the long haul, then if the coach is planning to use a youngster, then it is a position that the youngster will have to grow in. It's a position that the youngster will make mistakes in. And it's a position that the youngster will learn from those mistakes. And as he continues to play, he's going to get better and better and better and better. Because like you said, they grow in that position. So if you're gonna be like if you want to be like Leon Price and wait and see, me can't kill a man for and wait and see, you know. But if we say we are support the coach, I am looking forward to see how we'll get these youngsters to adapt to his system and get the best. Because sometimes in a Qatar, you play a particular way depending on who you're playing with or who you're playing against. You understand? As Eddie said in the comment section, I think the team was unorganized because of the disconnect in terms of player quality, I believe. The link up, the time that they had to link up wasn't sufficient enough, you know, to get things.
Some players were shocking though. Some players were shocking, and no player played consistently well over the two games.
But even Omar Hutchinson, his performance was below par.
He had a nightmare.
Yeah.
In the second game.
In the second game.
Close to the man of the match in the first game.
And I see the pattern that they wanted to utilize. The diagonal balls over to him. I think that's one of the pattern of play.
Mm-hmm. But Jenna, let me ask you a question.
Him just hold on to the ball too long.
No, but why he miscontrolled about 3, I counted, of the diagonal balls. But I don't see him miscontrol not one for Chelsea. When he played for Chelsea, not one in miscontrol. So I don't know.
There was a disconnect, man.
No disconnect. Well, so, I mean, yeah. But let's move on.
But we have to look at it too, you know, Qatar. So even though, all right, so we say we have a central defensive issue, but there's also a situation where I believe there was a lack of creativity.
Yeah, and I believe that's because the creative player who would have been able to spray the passes was playing as a central defender. Ravel was playing a sweeper.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right in
in
the
my
center.
opinion, Ravel needs to be closer to the strikers and the wingers in order to give those very good weighted touch passes. That's how I see it.
All right, may I play the...
I don't know styling thing. We have to try and find a solution. You understand? We have to find a solution. But it's a problem, coach. Right?
Here, I'm going to play the interview with the coach so you can hear what I say. And see
Rain or fall by your coach?
I don't know. But it today it happened.
It's up. And of course I think that
Good start. Powerful start in the beginning. Had an opportunity, a player through, step up ball, got a clear chance to score. Another spin off behind, so we had some good chances in the first half. Positive. Exactly said as the half went on, I think we mixed it too little. It was too many long balls. Should have mixed it with playing on the ground more, but
You hear the coach there? Qatar?
play the ball on the ground more.
And too many long ball.
Yes, but he said that in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
The players are not listening to him.
Virgin, it was a show us to see the central defenders. Boom, 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 boom.
And let us call name. Headed by Jamoy Topi, who looks like he wants to select a work by Cataract song. Because it's not football you have to play, brother. Under no pressure whatsoever. So it's not even like out our line. It's like, hey, I have all the time and space. I have options right in front of me, but I'm going to just kick this fuffle right up the field. It was a hard look, but you know what I mean?
Make we hear what I say again.
if we take it this game and compare it to the first game, it's a big step forward. Many improvements, but the priority in this match or these matches was to see a lot of players we haven't seen before play for Jamaica, and we did. Everybody got minutes. Some of them really did well with their minutes. Some we need to wait for maybe a little bit longer. So I'm happy with having these games. Of course, we didn't score in neither games. They scored one, and that is what counts in football. But overall, I think big improvement. I think the players have taken in a lot of things that they showed today. Big improvements from last match in Montego Bay.
Coach, it's we're looking at some young players to see who can make the grade going forward. Who are you impressed with after the tournament?
I don't want to count numbers here. It's about the team. It's about the team. We played more as a unit, more as a team. But I'm not going to count players here in the media. We'll analyze the games. I both the games much better than we have done in the first game. So, but I'm not going to pick players. Some players really had a good performance today. You probably know as well as me.
Coach, are you concerned the fact that we couldn't sustain high pressure in dangerous areas, knowing that we're playing against a team that's playing such a low block?
No, because Trinidad has similar strength as Jamaica, so they are really dangerous, putting balls behind and running behind us. So they are really good in the air. So when we were pressing, a long ball could always hurt us. So of course you have to mix it. You cannot be high pressing all the time. It's impossible for a 90 minutes against
Look, coach, you talk about the long balls from the back to the front earlier. Is it that you're lacking creativity in the middle of the park, hence the balls going from back to front?
Probably it's more stress than quality. You know, some players are playing their first national team matches now in the international stadium. The stadium they have been wanting.
So the coach defended the players there, you know. So it was more stress than than lack of quality. First time they were playing and all of that. So I think that's a suitable answer. Not taking nothing from the coach. But I hear people saying it was a very horrible interview. I mean, it was in a closed room. However, the trafficking was the issue. So every time I hear the sound turn up, it is because somebody opened the door to go in or out. You understand? So we really can't blame. I mean, if you're going to blame somebody, you probably have to blame the management, yes, because they should have ensured that these things are properly done. But when you check probably the other personnels who would have recorded, they probably would have gotten better sound. So 6 and 1/2 does not the other. You understand?
Well, coach, it seemed like the press conference was brought to us courtesy of Coronation Market and Stone Love, because all we could hear was the sound.
So that me as a caterer.
Outside. No, but hold on now. How is it that in the Premier League, and people can hate on me, they conduct interviews with the coach and the man of the match outside, and it don't sound like this? Something not right.
Cataract, you have to blame. Hold on, Cataract, listen me now. You have to blame coach's desk for that.
You turn on the sound?
No, I didn't turn on the sound. I bet you if you listen to other media houses with this report, you probably not going to hear the sound.
Yes, we did. We did. And persons commented about it. I'm saying to you that the sound system should be told, okay, you're going to play for like about 10 minutes after while people are leaving, and cut off, because this is when the interview is going to start. So
true, but Cataract, again, may say me I take the blame for that. You know why? I can't take the blame for the other persons, you know. You know why me I take the blame? Because I should be adequately equipped with software and equipment that can get rid of the background noise, or my camera should be able to set up in such a way that I distort the sound that is coming from the background. So me really can't blame persons for that. Me I take the blame for that on my part. If the other people them want to take the blame, I for them fault, for them business. If them don't want to take it, I still for them business. But if you check the other media outlets that are high on the echelon, so to speak, they have equipment that can remove all of these things, and you're not going to hear this sound in the thing.
Okay, coach. You're going to take the blame for the long balls too?
How can I take that? That has nothing to do with me. I wasn't on the field.
It's the taking blame mood.
No.
So, since you are,
but we're past that. The coach indicated why he believed that they were doing certain things. So you can't switch the conversation to taking the blame for everything.
But since you want
that responsibility,
I will recommend you for a medal on Heroes Day.
So if the next man them use them phone at the same thing. If the next man use them phone, if you check the other reporters them, then use them have some big old camera. We are gonna block out the sound, or when them put it through them software, it remove the sound.
Okay.
So let me continue with the interview. The marketing, as Cataract said.
You know, the lives to play in front of a crowd, so no, I think it's more stress than lack of quality.
Coach, over the two games, both in Montego Bay and Kingston, what were the most things that you were most pleased with? In terms of, did you see a better performance from Montego from tonight as the Saturday?
Yeah, I think we were more working as one team today, both when attacking and defending. I think we had really good moments where we should have done better with the last pass, with the cross, so we created a lot more good openings today. We should have probably needed the third match against Trinidad to score a goal, but with this improvement, for sure, these players would have done better in the next game. So that pleases me. And also to give someone the first national team game and they perform.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right...
Pleases me a lot, because we are looking for players for the Gold Cup, for the Mexico match, to see if someone here will stake a claim in these squads.
So have you seen anyone that can you say anybody wants to take a claim?
Yeah, I think so. Did you see so?
Coach Arius, the system that it seems that you've been deploying for the past 3 games you've been charged, the 4-4-2 system, is that a system you're comfortable with? Is that a system that you're going to continue to play? Or do you plan to make adjustments as time goes on?
No, I don't favor any system. It's often good when you come first time to a 4-4-2. It's easy to explain and then you work from that system, but I don't favor any system.
So is it likely that we might see an alteration come next week against the cup?
Could be. We are facing a good opponent, so we could for sure change the system.
Coach, how do you integrate the overseas based players with the local based players heading into the Nations League matches now?
In this group?
Yeah.
With fairly young players coming from England. Yeah, so young players, so it's more or less for us to show their quality and what they can give, not only on these 90-minute matches, but also off the pitch, their character and such. I was happy with all the squad. It was really, the camp in itself was really good. So they know now our working environment, and then they know what to expect next time they come, and us know what they can give in return. So fairly happy with this squad, or with this camp. Sorry.
Coach, you mentioned players who would have staked their claim. I don't expect you to give me the names, but is there any player or players who you would say that's it?
Now, for us, it's not that's it. He needs a little bit more time, maybe. So if it's a young player, we'll call him back in a year, or see his progress, or follow or monitor his progress. But there's no one that is touched out, for sure. And we are just arriving, so we are not in a position to say something like that.
And what would be your advice to these players now?
Can I ask a question? I've talked so much. Can you put one to Mars?
What would be your advice to these players now as we move forward?
No, we keep on. Now they know, the good thing for them now, that they know what we want. They know exactly what we want. So they can now work on the things, improve on the things that we want.
Pops, I noticed that throughout the game there were some issues with connecting passes and there needs to be some more fluency in terms of communication. What do you say about team players who are new in the team, just trying to get to know each other? Where are they and how much more time do they need to really understand so they can have more symmetry?
You just said it there, it's just about, obviously the more everyone trains together and plays together, that comes naturally. They're good young players. So it's just about giving them time. There's so many teenagers on the pitch, and they've got real talent. I've seen them every day in training. They're good kids as well. They want to learn. So yeah, just about giving them the time. These games for them will be brilliant. We saw the improvements from the first game to the second game as well. So just giving them time, and the more that they play together, those things will happen. It'll be a lot more fluent, and they'll be able to connect with each other on the pitch a lot better. But yeah, it's just about giving them the time.
And Coach, I was paying attention to Omari tonight. You had him start on the left and then he switched to the right. Can you tell me about what was the planning there and what was the thought process behind that?
Wasn't a deep thought. In last game we dribbled too much inside from both wings. We have 2 strikers and then we had 2 wings going inside, so we congested the center so we like to have left-footed on the left and right-footed on the right. But when we drop back, the spaces were there again, so they had the freedom to choose, to switch. no problem for us, but they knew after the first game what mistakes we did in the build-up, and you could see today we used it a lot better, the flanks, we used it a lot better today than in the last game. So it's not like deep thinking behind it, we're just using the flanks.
What did you guys performance?
Two more questions and then I'll ask you one. Alright, excuse my lack of patience, you know, I'm an anxious fan, right? And there were the likes of Atkinson, next time, which I pronounced his last name, Hutchinson, Richards, Roberts, all teenagers, you know, all managing to get minutes this tour versus Trinidad. How many of these kids will be seen against Mexico going forward, if you can divulge that information right now? Just curious and anxious to know.
So you want a squad for Mexico? I
think
it's here. Now, of course, we will not talk about that. If I would do that, after analyzing all the matches, and for sure, the press conference for when we announce the squad, you will know. You can do 3 for maps. Yes, he is already almost unused.
All right, so thanks for joining us now.
All right, Katark, your thoughts?
Good. I have a jump on, so I think I don't think there's much to be added to what the coach has said. He wanted 2 games to see the players. He has got his eyes on some players. I believe 1 and 2 would have put themselves in the shop window. Some of them, a couple of players, or quite a few, would have put themselves in the national team garbage skip because them dash for them career. And if you remember, Coach, I think you were saying it, I was saying it as well, that these 2 games, everybody should look to play their best and give the coach a headache. I don't think anybody has given the coach much of a headache. But I wanted to end by mentioning 2 players because I normally beat bad. First, I want to mention the Trackman because I really don't, I'm not a fan of Cavalier and all the speed. But I have to give the young man credit. Because I thought he played his heart out.
Who?
Tracksman, Anderson. He played his heart out.
Why you call him man Tracksman?
That's what the man I call him.
Which man?
In that bleach, that's what I call him Tracksman.
Alright, so go on.
So here, Anderson, I think he played his heart out, and what he didn't have technically, he tried to compensate with hard work and running and pressing and fight. I think Dujan Richards also played creditably, but the senior men's team experience exposed some weaknesses in his game. He can go anonymous for periods of time, and he certainly has to work on his off-the-ball movement, what's happening when he doesn't have the ball. And there was a time when, I think, in the second half, he started showboating and doing some unnecessary step-overs until the ball was dispossessed from him. The bleachers wasn't pleased. But he got the shot on target. He skied the free kick. So I don't think they did themselves a disservice for players who are making their debut. Right? But it's sad when I have to say that the man of the match comes from a cameo player. And that was young Tyler Roberts, who, Dujan Richards whisper, I think the majority of bleachers came to cheer him on. And when Tyler Roberts came on, he had us on our feet, running directly at players, willing to take players on, and we can only point to maybe 1 or 2 mistakes that he made, but there weren't really many mistakes. He was trying something and he didn't quite. So the defender might have gotten an inch ahead of him, but he really injected pace and life. And the fact is, he's playing on an unfamiliar wing because he's not a left winger; he's actually a right winger. But I think the coach wanted to keep Amari Hutchinson on that right wing for some reason. So I want to pick up Tyler Roberts. I think you did yourself no harm
in on your debut. Um, he really performed well. I want to christen him coach on coach's desk with his name, aka Formula One, because he's so fast. And we really can't have him name a white man. Jamaican people cruel enough. God, you doing? But out of many one people, and that was good. There are some people who I think their time has expired. I think Lamar Walker was shockingly bad for a player who has been in the senior setup. I become double blank. Nothing going forward and nothing defensively. And sorry, that was just atrociously bad. And I think Whisper and Traxman and Anderson suffered because the playmaker behind them was offering nothing, no true balls, no little nothing for them run onto. And yeah, that was pretty much it, really. Oh, the goalkeeper, Kemal Foster, made a brilliant save. Thank you, sir. You take shame out of my eye. I'm gonna know how I could have when I able to pay for Trinity today. You know, I mean, I'd probably have to sit down and eat shark and bake and doubles. But you made a brilliant save. I'm glad you came on and did your thing. So Kemal Foster certainly was an important player in rescuing a point for Jamaica, so he must be commended. Anything else you want to quote? Nothing.
No, man, are you officer and you say?
So any comment on what I had to say?
No, man, no, good, man. CC, well gone, welcome.
There, man. Yeah. They are thinking, they having not gotten a victory off these Trinidadians. But as I said before, I said it the other day, for me, it's 50-50 because at the end of the day, you don't want your player to win, right? But at the end of the day, I think based on the nature of the game, based on the players that were available and the players that are out there, it's more than just wanting to win the game and wanting to see what the players have to offer to see if we can inject some of these players into the senior A setup. You know, because I think we need to make a justification about that, coach, in terms of if we have a B team and we have an A team. Because I think every international team has an A team. Get a rock like shit in gone.
No, remember I say I'm not leave, you know.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, yeah. So I say every international team has an A team and has a B team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bless up yourself, get a rock. But I think because I was making a distinction to somebody the other day, and I think I said it today also, where I hear that person said that it would affect our international rankings in terms of the defeat or a victory or anything like that. But from my understanding, only a senior only a senior A international friendly affects the rankings, and a senior A international friendly is players who have played multiple games at the international level for the senior team. So when I look at the squad, was the squad made up of persons who would have fit that criteria? Coach.
What you say?
I said, was the squad made up of players who would have fit the criteria of the whole senior A team in terms of Tyler Roberts is a player who is getting a look in. Majority of these players
I don't think so. I will for debutant, you know.
That is what I'm saying. So based on the fact that the matter is, I don't think it's going to be factored in, and as such, that's why I think no man, that's why I'm telling you, say Wayne Sawyer, I wanted to make the distinction. It doesn't matter if it is a FIFA window or not a FIFA window, it can affect the rankings. Either way, whether in a window or not a window, what determines that is the level of competition. So if we add like the first team players who are the main players, like Antonio and all of those guys playing, even if it is a non-FIFA international window, so we got those players to come and play. then it could affect the rankings. And Trinidad got their A team to come and play. No man, I know. You see this. I don't even know why we bring up this, we bring up this, but it's a you have to have an official A team playing versus an official A team. So I don't know if you're saying that Jamaica, when Jamaica plays coach, people are saying, oh, Jamaica playing is them A team. Because I don't.
But this team wasn't our A team, so to speak.
That is what I'm saying. So I think what Jamaica probably needs to do is recognize a A team and then recognize a B team. You're not gonna write out this a Jamaica B team playing, but you have one time if the match is being played, they say, oh, it's the senior A team that is playing. But it doesn't. Many people say, I think Miguel is saying that anybody that plays in an international win the affects ranking. So tell me this, coach, if anybody that plays in a FIFA win the affects ranking, the time that the guy played without a Jamaica citizenship, remember that guy that played, he never had a passport, he never have a citizenship, and then they find out that he doesn't have Jamaican descent. So how would that affect the ranking? It was friendly.
What was the outcome of the game?
But I remember, I don't know if we win or lose. But remember, the outcome doesn't matter because if you win or lose or draw, it have a factor in the calculation. But this guy played the game without documentation. And I think you could have played this game also without documentation. I think because even you could have probably played this friendly without having certain but that part of that I'm not getting into. But what I know is under the FIFA thing is a senior A international.
But I said it CC. If we had our better players, then the result of both games
would be different.
Would possibly be different.
Yeah, it would possibly be different. So,
but I don't want to get into the A team, B team, but it is going to happen though, CC, indirectly, because even in competitive games, more competitive games, because you might not have everybody available. And I think that is why the coach is having some players in the four.
But that's why inevitably they must have like a B team versus an A team.
So that may I say CC, that may I say. So it gonna be a case where it gonna happen because not all the quote unquote top players are going to be available at one particular time. And a fringe player has to be a part of the team, or most of the players are fringe players. So of course that is going to be happening at some given point of the teams going forward, and it doesn't only really only work for Jamaica. You have some country call up some teams where are some players where and all of the senior players, and I think the term senior player is a more effective one than A team and a B team, because
but remember, coach, look into
A team or B team, you might get yourself in problems.
Yeah, but remember, coach, you can't. Yeah, but they even say, in terms of if you look on, say capping players and all these things, why players can play certain games and do a lot of things in terms of the FIFA something there. The FIFA eligibility.
But CC, what are your thoughts on the game though?
As I said, my thoughts on the game is just I don't know. For me, we can realize that football is not a pickup sport. In terms of you can't just pick up a bunch of players and put them together and expect a good result or a great result. So for me, for the game itself, there was flashes. Like for Whisper, I think with better. This is why I think I tell people this: when you have a player playing with quality players, he looks different versus when the player is playing with practically the same level. So, for example, Whisper showed flashes that he can be brilliant for us going forward in the future. But I think if he was to stay in this like a kind of setup with players just in and around his level, then I don't know if he would matriculate to the type of player that we would want him to be. So I think that in itself is one of the things we have to be mindful. For the game itself, as I said, for me, we showed a few flashes. The first game, you had Hutchinson who was performing very well. Again, we spotted this thing, but without a midfield, you're kind of isolating him a bit. You have Lembikisa who did well. So I think for me, you have probably 5 players that you can look at and say, oh, we can bring in these players with the other established players. Lembikisa is one. Whisper, of course, to me, should be there as well. Hutchinson is another. Tyler Roberts is another. That's 4. And I think Izzy Atkinson, that's 5.
Carl, welcome to the show. You're live. Hello?
Yeah, coach, ready.
Yeah, man, we're there now. A different number of players, Robert.
That man, I see no name.
Oh.
You know, say, coach.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that we lost?
If I'm surprised? Of course.
Why?
The worst we could have do. Worst we should have do a draw that game, the first game. So, me not think Trinidad.
Why?
Why?
So is it as a result of our opponent or because of us? Why do you think we should have lost? You think we should have drawn by default or what? No, we should have drawn it.
Oh, come on now, Carla. If you ask me a question, let me answer it, no, man. There's no way you can win a game by default. You have to go out on the pitch and play fit. But as a Jamaican football fan, I don't believe that the Reggae Boyz, I didn't envision seeing them losing that game against Trinidad. No. Because the variables that surrounded the Trinidad team, they were in a precarious position where not playing a lot of football, even though they probably would have had 2 friendly games, but not at a high level, so to speak. So I wasn't expecting, and they were coming to our house, to a yard. Nobody enough to come nobody, man.
How long has Trinidad team been playing together?
I don't know. You tell me if you do.
Well, from what I've been listening to these various programs, including some Trinidadians that came on other programs, this team has been together for a while.
What is a while?
Well, this is coming from the last World Cup, this team, at least.
All the players? Because that is not true if it's all the players. Because there are some teenagers in this Trinidad team that they would have brought in.
I would say all the players, majority.
Okay. And what is majority to? You can't just bring out majority statement like that. It has to be quantified for me.
Alright, forget the Trinidad players. There's this thing that I learned in school, which is what we as Jamaicans seem to forget. You must have known it. There's thing that's on the heights by great man reach and kept. You know it? We're not attained by a sudden flight. You understand?
So Jamaica did sleep? Jamaica did sleep while Trinidad at work?
Not necessarily sleep, so it doesn't have to be taken into account. So you can also
sleep me attack either.
No, fine. I'm talking the point itself.
Yeah.
I'm talking the point. You don't have to take it word for word, so to speak, for you that way.
When I ask you back a question about the sleep, I know the literary writing of the poem, so it can't be specifically or directly sleep.
Exactly.
Figuratively.
You mean sleep, exactly.
Right?
Fine, right. Exactly. But what I'm saying, the long and short of my coach is that I I didn't expect us to win because, I mean, after 2 months of the Seattle Groups of being here and coming from the level that we were, I think we're even below par. You understand me? And I don't think after 2 months we could have gotten to any level to play any seriously competitive football. You understand me? I think we will have to make up our minds that we will have to lose. Sometimes you have to go backward to go forward. You understand? You have to break things down in order to build back up. And so I really don't have an high expectation right now until maybe another year down the road. You understand me? After maybe a couple losses and people, we start gelling together, we'll start understanding. Mr. Grimson start understand the culture, start getting used to the field and how the training and the fields and different stuff. Maybe you can adapt in training to suit the fields and all these things. I don't know how we get better feel over time. But I really don't expect much now. I think it's way too soon to be as optimistic as we are right now. My 2 cents, brother.
Alright.
Yeah, my respect.
Alright, big up. To be honest, for me, I didn't expect Trinidad to win. You know why? Trinidad, when I've seen that team played, I see a team that is all about low block. It's all about defense. They didn't show me that they had any firepower up top. And because this coach that we have now seems to be so much fond of sorting out a defensive section of things, I didn't expect to see Jamaica lose the game. No, when the game that was played yesterday, it is basically where I would see both teams. Lack of creativity from both teams. Teams sitting deep. Nobody wanted to expose their defense and all of that. So there and then you realize that this is a level that these teams, especially the Jamaica team that would have been assembling some players that are playing international football for the first time. You understand?
But that's the thing, coach. Let me tell you what is Jamaica's biggest problem. And
Which Jamaica? The team or the fans?
the team. We know the fans them problem, man. The fans them problem is that they expect Lionel Messi every time we go up on the field and CR7 and them people. But the problem with the team is this. And until we get that right, we'll continue to struggle. The midfield is the issue. No matter how good of a striker you have, the midfield, no matter how good of a winger you have, the middle of the park, the number 6, the number 10, the number 8 is the biggest problem, coach. You can't find one solid 6, one solid 10, one solid 8, or we can't find one. It's like we can't even find a second in a 6, a 10, and a 8. And 6 is a number 6, a central defensive midfielder, holding midfielder, deep line playmaker. Whichever system you want to deploy and call it the position, we cannot find a solid pivot to actually control the game and dictate the rhythm of the game for us to create enough opportunities to score.
So go for Anthony Grant for 6. No, Katarak was on earlier. That was brought up,
No, but I say, our French guy say we have a solid 10, but I don't know if we have a solid 10. But the thing about it is this.
We have pretty much, we have a lot of play in the 10 position and the 8. We have a lot of box to box. We must say a lot of the box to box look on DJ. DJ is a box to box, and we are trying to turn him into something there. A 6.
It's a solidity. I thought, like, for example, when we go up against the other teams, right? It's like if we have two proper midfield players, I think we have enough wingers, enough forwards to score goals. But we now create enough opportunities. I think, coach, when you look on the wing,
What on the CC? Because something just jumped out at me. We lack creativity, and creative players. But throughout the last campaign, we created a lot of chances. We just never capitalized on it. So you see, I blame the midfielder are that aspect of the field. But we still create chances. So there and then you might have to blame the forward them.
But then but look at it like
We got opportunities to finish off games.
Yeah, but me I tell you about looking into it now, coach. Of all the goals that Mikel Antonio scored, how much of them was that created?
Huh?
Not by him. Of all the goals that Mikel Antonio scored in the campaign, how much was created? Was
How much
not
he
created
scored?
by him. I think him scored about 3 or 4. I'm not sure, but about that.
Huh?
Him scored 3. I'm sure of that. He must score the one at Stadium. He scored the one down so, and I'm thinking he scored a penalty. So that's about 3 goals.
Mm.
But even so, 3
So
goals.
who create? All right. The first one him score at Stadium. The ball was passed to him. Hold on. No? The ball was passed to him, and he dribbled, used his skills from midfield and hit it.
And
So that was a moment of brilliance. You can't really say
brilliant.
because he came from the see how me and you talk same time, man. Chan was star. If so, you just said the ball passed out of I think it was from the midfield or the defense. I don't remember. It was a moment of brilliance, but the ball was passed to him. The one that they got the penalty, something did happen in the box and a man get penalty. And the third, I think one of them was a tapping over Panama, if my memory serves. I don't remember. But you would say the creativity was not seen in its entirety. So I could agree with you on that.
So that's why I tell you, the one at El Salvador is passed from defense and him dribble from the halfway line to score that one. The one at a Stadium, him pass from defense again and him dribble come from the midfield and come in and brilliant shot. Then the penalty with the scuffle. There's no creativity involved in those.
Yeah.
It's much more of an individual brilliance. And that is the problem of my attack. So he had to come deep. Because the 2 balls I'm collect are out at the middle of the park.
Alright, well, alright, CC, we are reasoning, because you're looking at the goals scored.
Mm-hmm.
I me get a point, me agree with you upon that. But I didn't make mention of the goals that were scored, because I was looking at the opportunities created. Remember that be this first now. You switch the argument for me about the goal that was scored.
Opportunities created.
The opportunities, so the opportunities that were created, it tells me that even though the creativity was not 100%, chances were still being created. So I'm just trying to really look at the point. I agree with you, so we need midfielders. I agree with you, so we need midfielders, Me not really try to chew off your point, but me just look on another side of the coin, which is equally important, because if those goals were scored, the opportunities that were created, then we probably would have not been here talking about this now.
Exactly, but the thing about it is though, the opportunities that were created, coach, where the opportunities come from. The opportunities were coming out from the flanks. The opportunities was coming out from the wings. So in terms of wing play and creativeness coming from the wing, I think we don't lack wing play and creativity coming from the wing. What I think we never did was to play more to our strength, which was the wings. We should have tried to concentrate more of the game coming from the wings and not going central, because I think we never offered much going central. So for me, we created some opportunities from the wings. The only issue we have with some of those opportunities is that there was a lot of the timing of the final pass and the holding up of the ball. So even though we were in a good position to create an opportunity to score, but the timing and the weight of the pass to the striker was not there. So even though we dribble and we come in on the flank, the timing and the final pass, those things were lacking, and the pass completion percentage can show you that in the final third we were lacking in terms of our final pass and stuff. So we created what we would call a lot of half chances. And if we had buried some of those half chances, you have chances which were more than half chances that we never really buried. So I don't think we have a clinical striker like that we can say, oh, that we have a clinical striker. We know say, oh, for him better half chance, him just want to get the ball and see the post where 50-50 him have a score. So if we had a striker who was converting 1 out of every 2 chances he got, then we would be talking about a different situation. We don't have that striker. What we have though, what I can say is that if we create more than half chances, we have persons who can find a goal or have a decent shot on them. So I take the comment that you're making that we created some semblance of opportunities, but I think our play was a bit, I would have to say, one dimensional where we know that it is like mostly flank play, or you know them are gonna do a long ball because the bypassing of the midfield issue. My issue is when you have a midfielder, especially a number 6 where can dictate the pace of the game, it allows you to kind of determine what type of way you want to play, depending on the um period in which how the game is going. So it come like a heartbeat. So it's like, oh, you know the game of flow, and this person can dictate and say, all right, do we go with the flank more in this particular moment? For the next 10 minutes, we are try penetrate through the flanks, and then if the game open up, we are gonna go back through the middle. So all them things there, I think are some of the issues we have. But I think in terms of personnel, we need to have like personnel fit up. For a number 10, for me, I think Tyree Maggie for me to is probably oh I feel like that player is still young enough. I'm still confident in him. We don't want to really let go him. Um, so we don't really want to let go him yet. But
Who is that?
we need two Maggie. I say we need two. I think we need two solid. If we have two solid midfielders and Maggie playing the 10, we can do something because I think we have a lot of like Omar Hutchinson is there, Whisper is there, Tyler Roberts is there, Bobby Reed them are coming back. Uh what the guy from Bournemouth name again?
One
Low.
more.
Low.
Oh,
Yeah.
Low. Jamal
Yeah.
Low.
Jamal Low. You get me? And if we get Demari Gray, so I think and then and then Demari Gray is playing striker right now for Everton. And Demari Gray play false 9 up front. So I guess right now he's even being put in a position more of goal scoring opportunities and stuff. With even the whispers, let me tell you something, coach. And I think I said this the other day. The fact that the matter is it's 48 teams for the next World Cup, right, coach? 48 teams with 6 spaces allotted to CONCACAF plus the half space. So you see, recruitment to me should not be our problem now. We should not have a problem to get baller. Because a baller go look at us, yo, we have 1 in 6.5 chance of going to the World Cup versus before. So if I look and say if me come play for Jamaica and me, there's a possibility that I will be playing in the World Cup. Me can't tell anybody this. Me don't think no baller care who them a play for in the World Cup. You know what them care about? I am playing in the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion, no coach. It's like me I play a Champions League game. And me not really care which team me I play for. I just want to know say a Champions League me I play. Some man are gonna say, oh, I don't want to play for Man U, Liverpool. No, but at the end of the day, if your team can give you constant if your team can give you a constant route to the Champions League where you can show off your skills and stuff, you're not too concerned about the nature of the team in terms of which team you are playing for. You're concerned about the level at which the team is playing. And I think that is the problem we had. The level at which we are playing and the probability of us to compete in this type of competition, which is the World Cup, the pinnacle. That was the issue surrounding us trying to get players at a younger age. See, we have how much players trying who is willing to come now and play at a younger age, 18, 19, 20-year old. So in another sense, the Trinidad game, I don't think people can beat the coach. And that people are saying we never gave other coaches an easy pass. I am not giving this coach an easy pass. What I'm saying is this. The game was to look at a certain amount of players and stuff. For me, the Nations League is a different ball game when you get the players. A national team doesn't have the capacity of a club team for you to train for a set period of time for you to get a certain type of gelling. So for me, that is out the window. Results is the what on the board. The coach right now, when you come to Nations League, have to get the results. If the coach is not getting the results in the Nation League, me I pressure him. Because that is what we want to be doing. Getting the results. Getting the results and getting the play better. Getting the product to be better on the pitch so people can come watch the product. But the results is number one key. If we can get the results, the product, how the product look will come over time. The aesthetics will come, coach, over time. But the results have to be on the board. We have to look in at the columns and we have to see some W and some D. You understand? We don't want to see some L. So when we look and say, we are going to say, all right, the first 100 days of, we don't want to say 100 days, because 100 days, they must have international window like that. So if we look at the time, I say the first year of the coach, which Nations League play, I will look at the first 15 matches. I want to see a 75% record in terms of results base. So the coach.
But how soon you want that? Remember I said the man has hey. CC, you come like a university your lecture, man. You're grade hard.
No, I say, coach, 15 games. I'm saying that I'm giving the coach 15
Oh,
games.
15 games. Okay. But you say you want in a Nations League next week or so them have, or next 2 weeks them play first game, you know. So you say if we get result and then you say 15 games. And Mexico, we are gonna play next in a brother.
But that's why I said to you, I need him to get results in the Nations League. I'm going to judge it after 15 games, but I judge the Nations League.
But I know 15 games are going to play in the Nations League. CC.
No, that's not 15 games.
CC, you can't. CC, what you saying now make no sense. Are you going to judge it after the 15 games and then you cut out the quarter, which is the Nations League, to talk about? No, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, coach, man. Coach, the problem, all right, we are in a predicament where him get the team in a period when we have a go Nations League, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Big up, Ryan.
For me, I want to grade him. You mean what, right? I want to grade him and the Nations League. However, the Nations League is just right on the corner. We are so for me, I'm going to grade the Nations League, you know, but I'm not going to grade it as hard as if it was at the back end of the 15th game, because it is going to be in the front part of the 15 games. But might be like
so you just have a grade him or you have graded this set of CC, you say you have beat him.
No, I'm saying after 15 games I will see.
No, you say Nations League, if you not get the ball rolling, you have beat him, CC. You have flip flop, man.
Alright, let me get it straight. When I flip flop, what I say is if we in the Nations League, I don't want to see L's. For me, we can drop out, but based on the performance in terms of how the results. But
if pressure and I help you change up your arguments.
we don't want back to back. Let me tell you, we have to give on to you. The man just get the team in like 2 months, 3 months. We have to give on to you. We can't just come down and say expect, say I give on to you. So I'm saying that the fact of the matter is, he might get it right in a Nations League. So it's not like he might get it. A Nations League is 6 months down the line. So I get it right in a Nations League. So for me, we just don't want to see L's in the column. For me, we have what? Mexico, and then the other game. It's 2 games, we have a three team in this something. No? We have 4 games, I think. If I'm not wrong, coach. Because I'm not there. Something there. Yeah. I think it's 4 games you have done, coach. I'm gonna get it wrong, you know. Reggae Boyz.
You make Ryan gone, brother.
No, Ryan. Like, you know, come like I said. Ryan signal.
Alright, Nia is saying we don't have the luxury of losing some of these games. So with the TNT revelation, He should revisit this strategy of assessing too many other borderline players.
We have what? Mexico. We have Guatemala. That's no.
Well, you say, me soon say on a bad mind. No, sir, that word now come out because of that. Hey, me know if you take pressure in a Rob Smith. Yeah, man. I robot this, you know. Laneza, big up yourself.
We have Mexico and we have Guatemala. Yeah, but I mean,
you know, so me like the argument there still. In terms, what the argument when Neo say.
What's that?
Based on what he saw in the Trinidad series, the coach should basically revisit his strategy of assessing too many of the fringe players. I think I like that. But then again, he might say the sample size is too small, and you know what I mean. So it is something that can revisit for you. Definitely. All right, so
it's what Mexico and Suriname. I want much you have.
Mexico we have, brother.
But then coach, but then I see if we the Mexico game, we just need a result. Say come back to what we say. Remember that the Mexico game, you know.
But anytime we play them, our result are go on, you know, win, lose, or draw, you know.
Remember Mexico has 2 games, you know. We only have 1 game. So I think if we beat Mexico, we'd have go for 8 points. So Mexico would have drop out. We'd have qualified, we'd have go through. If we lose, if we lose our draw, Mexico Nation. No, Nation League not done, Rob Smith, if we lose our draw. If we draw with Mexico.
Oh, they say.
Right, coach.
Captain.
Right, sis.
Go on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, Mikhail, you know, this
in your background.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Better? Yeah, Mikhail, you know, so this way I big to the topic, but you know, everybody still look at the rules and relate to some of the players that may represent the country. So 8:30 tomorrow, man, you know, approximately 8 o'clock, the England squad are named. You know, so let's see if Ivan Toney ever get picked. Yeah, so let's see if he never get picked. What's your take on that? I will still have to be optimistic just to see.
If whoever get picked?
Ivan Toney.
Jesus, please, I come back with this Ivan Toney sitting. Ivan Toney now will get picked, brother.
Yeah?
No, you think England will
so
after that charge, brother? You think England are gonna pick him? And my man confess, you know.
No. And then and here's Oliver Watkins the pan fan.
I don't know if that's how go on, brother. And even if Ivan Toney won't get picked, what should we do? Pursue him?
Yeah, we give up. We give up on him now.
Well, I don't know, yeah, man.
I still believe we can make the change like you're you know, from Manchester United, you know. Still, you know, not agreement.
Yeah. Make we see.
Yeah, I look toward the squad, our squad, because Mexico pick a strong squad, you know, like strong and experienced squad. Never easy, but I want to say we want, you know, that we better alone can help it. Yeah, because if you beat it's other tough. So you have to be clinical, get the chance, take a chance, you have to get the chance and try to score 2 goals, right for 1 goal and part of this, and we're not missing well. You understand? So our team is a base and getting taking the chances then we get. That our team is a base. You understand?
But
when we beat them,
look
that's the other thing.
strategic to chemo because many strikers, many forwards, but we need to get midfield as me and see that park. We need to strengthen the middle of the park.
Yeah, yesterday in the game, I know you did it with the commentary. We never see any triangle form in the midfield. Not one time you see that.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that. And there was time when Josh had angled in the first half was looking for someone to, start some pass in the middle of the midfield. You understand? Nothing happened. But as I say, just call for shit so we can like,
Alright, big up yourself. I said the audio sound bad, but I don't know why I'm to your phone.
Yeah, man, I say I second call of this, man, if you turn down my volume, man.
I'm turn down the volume to, It a play clean in my ear, But you when me listening from the phone for sure it sound bad.
Man, it sound bad, man. But
yeah.
You man I say about the Ivan Toney situation.
I think Jason is saying that Southgate did say that whatever the charges are, it's not gonna affect him picking Ivan Toney. So possibly Ivan Toney might make the team. If he doesn't, would he want to play for Jamaica? I don't know. His dream was to play for England. So
to be honest, coach, I'm gonna tell you. And I think this, you see, with the whisper thing, in terms of whisper going to with the whole Chelsea situation, and if that gets finalized in November and whisper goes and plays for Chelsea, see even another benefit of players coming to play for Jamaica. Because what we're trying to get rid of is the stereotype or the stereotype attached to represent the Jamaica car. A lot of time people are going to say, man, if you want to come play for Jamaica, I just climate and temperature them come down here for, like a holiday. Yeah, I mean, some of those clubs probably think that a holiday them come to Jamaica for. And we have to try to get rid of that. If we can get rid of that notion, then more players will try to come and play for Jamaica. So, for me, I don't think we are going in the business of convincing anybody to come and play for Jamaica. If a player is eligible to play for Jamaica, we go out there, make a request, and see where him depend. If him say no, we're moving on right along.
Yeah.
What we have to do now is build a strong program. So when I think upon a level now, when we go back to back World Cup, and man want beg for coming at the program, then I just say it there. You have to show the class, because we have to have a standard. At this point in time, we don't have the standard. But if we go for a man and the man say not interested, we just move on. I don't think though we should use that. We know I don't know granny would say no use when they say fat fry another person. So if for example go approach Ivan Toney and him say he's not interested at this point in time, we shouldn't automatically no English, my man born in England no want to play with Jamaica. Done with them. When you do not know if other persons are there who would have accepted the call. So for me, that's what I see it as. You approach a player because he has eligibility and him have the quality. We approach him. If it doesn't work out, we move on. But we don't carry no hard feelings to me, coach. For me, coach, that is the problem I think we had in the past. I don't know why we have it right now. When we have bad feelings and I can't belly for the people them. Where if we don't get one man, we don't want none. In terms of footballing. If we don't get one person to play for the country, let me fix up that.
I know that me a laugh, man. I know that me a laugh. Me hear that, but I know that me a laugh. You try make people them you talk what you talk. But you know me I say, let me tell you what me a laugh. Me see the name Joe Grant and Joe Grant dropped some super chat from the other day.
Yeah.
But the picture where they behind Joe Grant name is cataract picture. So Rob Smith asked the question when I wait for CC if take a pause and we can ask the question. So Joe Grant, are you cataract? Let me ask it because a cataract picture me see there, Or cataract never tell you same of a twin? Eh?
Yeah, but coach, You notice when I talk about CDM, in good as one say Anthony Grant, you know. But Joe Grinder say CDM and Cataract say Anthony Grant.
Joe Grinder, reveal the identity. Rob Smith say you need to quote your granny correctly, you know, and stop going on your granny quotation, you know.
Hey, Rob Smith, give me the correct quote, no, my boss. But I don't know, like, for me, coach, we just want to see the team out the better, yeah, man. Because we're going to have a potential. We're going to have potentially 2 players playing in the English Premier League, possibly, in the coming future. So, and probably multiple more. So, I tell myself, we think it's up. Jamaica is ranked at 64 now. How much country play football?
Holy man.
Exactly. So 64 for me is not a bad number. The problem is that we want to get up in the CONCACAF thing. We want up in the top 3 or one of them run about those parts. So me, and Mexico and US will feel rival. Nah, disrespect the rest of the nations them, but
You want Duckland easy, you know, man. I tell you, man. Neo say Ivan Phoney will never play for Jamaica. Johnny man say Ivan Phoney.
Hey, Neo easy.
Yeah. And Duckland I sample man in the night, man. Duckland say Joe Guy tend to post his latest victims picture. Anyways, people, reach a 2-hour mark, you know. See, Joe Grind drop a super chat there. These streams are insightful. Big up the vloggers, them. I am who I am. Alright, Cataract. Alright, Cataract.
In the March window you have the something they don't. March in the end of month you have FIFA window.
Yes, Neo. When was the last time our overseas players played together? Pinnock, Bailey, Shamar, et al. If they appear for the Mexico game, is there gonna be some cohesion issues?
But wait, the last time we played
No man, if I brain drain burner account, it would have be $2.
In coach, the last time we played, but I think Shamar never played.
Jamaica will play Guatemala in April.
April the 15th.
Now somebody asked in the comment section.
April the 15th.
If Tony has ever been to Jamaica, well, I mean, I know the man fly itinerary, you know. So I couldn't tell that at all. Oh, the last game they played was Argentina. Yeah, that is true, Neil. They have to play consistently. So games and friendlies want to get some games in the FIFA window, so you know the things can sort out.
Yeah, but a one game we have play, coach. I don't know why we didn't get the next game. But this is the thing in the coach, why we never drop one of these games on the FIFA window?
I don't know. Probably the Guatemala game are going to FIFA window now, you know.
Hold on, man. We pull up a FIFA calendar. Because no, what I'm trying to say in the coach, we're gonna have one game with the Mexico thing, and this. So which game we're gonna have to prepare for Mexico? We could have one of these games. We could have one of them games.
Boy, it's hard to get the players that you want to get.
No, but then honestly, I say, coach, may I say, if it is in a FIFA window.
But, well, I no CC me get what you say. Oh, you mean put them in a FIFA window? When did I put it?
No, if we put one of the game, play one friendly game now and play one in the FIFA window.
When is the next FIFA window?
It's March 20, in a March, end of month, yeah.
Yeah, but the game are going to be the 28cc.
The game is what? The 28th, right?
So then can't play end of March after a game that.
Hold on, let me look on the FIFA window. The game is end of March. I'm not trying to get the calendar. The official.
Anyways, people.
The 28th, coach. The 20th to the 28th of March is the window.
Right, and the 28th are going to be the game. So
Exactly.
you want to play a competitive game
So
when? The
why we
20th, the 21st.
Exactly. Why we never get the Trinidad game? We want for the 20 and the 24th.
And then you send back the player them garden club with them there, and then you carry them back.
No, you would send them back, coach. Remember,
But then can't stay out so long, brother. See.
Coach, you know hear me say a while ago? The window is for the 28th to the 28th. No league game now play that week.
So when them come the 20th, then stay 8 days.
Them can stay 8 days because there's no games. A FIFA window, you know.
Trinidad will be playing the 24th.
Oh. So I never have that. I never had that information. So that's my problem. I never had that information. So thanks to float management for that information. I never had that information. But I'm saying to you that we are going to have 8 days, coach. 7 days before a game. And we don't have no game in a 7 days. So we can't get nobody. If you come play for that 7 days, we can't get nothing for play 7 days. The only thing I can say is this. This means if on the 28th in a coach.
26, not 28.
26. The game is the 26th. If on the 26th, you know, when I perform good enough, 5 days, you know, you're going to have the play them from the 20th of March to the 25th of March before game day. So 5 days, I got to get them play. If you drill them, do them mark and I.
So what wrong with that?
What day when we have play match? As the man then come, we have what? Like the man would have come at 20th, we have a game at 23rd. When I'm not there. Like a 40th.
But you're right, and the coach I get about 4 to 5 days. That's a good amount. Remember, say I saw international coaching stay, brother.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying we get the every man. Fresh guy now he's in the fresh guy, so everybody now try to fly in the 20th.
Exactly, but you ain't right. So even you might not have him core or him nucleus of players on the day, probably 2 days after. Well, we got the archive, them are going to out for that still.
Well, let us see still can coach a game on the 26th. And we are going Mexico. Is that home game that?
Home game not for we, home game for Mexico.
Yeah, home game for Mexico, we are going Mexico.
Yeah, in Azteca we are go.
Edison Sports, I am not saying we can get the man them as we want. The man them now in a game between the 20th and the 28th. So from the 19th man fear fly out. And from the 19th man fear fly out, so that is what I'm saying. From the 19th to the 15th though. So when is the let me see the EPL schedule. The next game is kind of rough. Last game of England at the 18th. Oh, Arsenal play the 19th.
Plus, I think the squad might be ready next week, you know.
Then the squad coach I said might be. What coach I talk about?
No, I mean, alright, publish, because trust me, the players them probably know who them be already.
Coach, Monday at the window. So
the squad might drop to that Wednesday. Squad might drop on a weekend or Monday itself.
Irrespective of what anybody wants to say, watch out. The match I go play Sunday, which is the Sunday, the 19th is Sunday coming, and it will play the next Sunday. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6 days before the game itself, coach. So even if the man not come, if the man them not come till the 20th, if them come at 21st, we have 5 days. If we get everybody the 21st, we have 5 days with the man them. So for me, I think we get adequate time. I think in the World Cup qualification, we never really had no time. 48 hours between games. And I think it was because of COVID and everything had to be congested. But I think things are getting back to normal now, coach. We have a little bit more time for people fly in, assimilate, get some rest, get rid of the jet lag, and then up and running out for it. So I think we're going to have a little bit more time. It's not 48 hours between no game like before. When we had to play a game like, remember we play one game was about Friday, and then we have a game like Monday. So Saturday you have to fly out. We have to train. We have to do train Sunday. You have to rest Sunday. You have to play Monday.
I hope in Mexico them at camp. Then if you fly out, probably Monday, Tuesday, gone to Mexico.
Coach, the man enough to come to Jamaica.
Straight to Mexico.
Straight to Mexico. So right now, JFF from Monday, JFF for that, the travel arrangements we make, the man them down Mexico from Monday. So whosoever can go to Mexico already would have done Mexico, the coach would have done Mexico, the hotel arrangements would have make, and the man them down Mexico. My problem is with these people there. They look like they don't want to reserve for certain days. I want them can do. Pay hotel for 1 week. No one can pay hotel for 3 days or 2 days. Pay hotel for 1 week, brother. 5 days. I know say, yeah. The hotel payment should have gone from the 21st. Your people them feel book 3 reservations on the 21st. You understand? To the 26th.
Hey, I see a ball in the comment section and him name Romario, Brazilian, Ronaldo, Brazilian. Romario, Ronaldo, and say, coach, you must get a spot in this World Cup. It easy. If you say based on the circumstance, but I hope we can get that spot.
This is just that the camp is in Jamaica. Can a camp go in Jamaica?
Yeah, Jamaica, I thought if it's true. But I wish it would have not been here.
So wait there. The man them really go camp at Jamaica. Right? And then and then fly out when? Saturday night?
No, you can't fly out Saturday night.
Then I fly out Friday.
All me know. Hey, CC, easy if you're talking about you see international windows. I want tricky sitting, Tricky sitting. No easy.
Fly Friday then. Can everybody come to Jamaica and then they fly Friday?
I'd prefer if they go directly to Mexico, but that now go. God, the camp supposed to take place in Jamaica.
I know which part they must stay, brother. I don't know which part the man them going to stay. The man them hotel they have New Kingston right now, the Pegasus. You understand them going to stay?
AC.
AC them go. A Pegasus, I see them what they so a different location. Pegasus, I see them what they coach. I saw them at the Pegasus. Them go over Emancipation Park like when them go to some running or some sitting jail or whatever they do. Over Emancipation Park. That I Tuesday morning for the Trinidad game. I'm gonna go work and see the team across the road. I go over from over the Pegasus. I go over here.
Anyways, people, we are closing the show right now, We are gonna be closing the show. Big up to CC. Yeah, the oligarch money done in the easy, Big up to Cataract.
Yeah, so we need a virtual camp for the overseas play.
Who said that, man? I knew.
I get but none of that coach. The things that chose the guy. Some of my players they were working from home. they weren't physically there.
Hello, people. No like up the stream before no leave, Listen to me. No like up the stream. Big up on yourself, people. Good chat. As usual, we always have some sound conversation.
No, Rob Smith. No, AC never used to call Spanish court. Spanish court still.
Spanish court a different place, man.
AC is a new hotel, man. Yeah, relatively new hotel. Spanish court still there on a New Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
AC there on the other side. You see me? AC by the Maria.
Yeah, man. So bless up on yourself, people. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.